you never really know what's going on behind the scenes. And it's actually kind of sad because social media has made it to where you only see the glorified view, but you don't see what's behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz, right? So, for example, all these social media influencers that just show you the, the frame, the front end, where it's all the cars, all the nice watches and stuff, right? But you don't see the hard work that they put in. Now, as far as Andrew Tate goes, I mean, this guy, yeah, you see him, people glorify him like he's some type of god or something, right? But you never really see behind the scenes of what's actually going on and how some of these influencers are actually making their money, which is completely sad. And I'm not by any means supporting Andrew Tate or even going against him, right? I'm just really looking at it from a view of, I wonder what's behind the scenes with other stuff as well, because I'm sure he's not the only one that is doing, sneaky stuff like that. I'm sure that the industry is just the industry of like influencers and people that are just glorified on social media and online. I'm sure it's just full of nastiness on the other side. Not everyone, but most. Because even your typical rappers and celebrities, they do their thing, in the back end as well. Like there's things that you don't know that we're almost blind to that happens behind the scenes that they don't want out. And as far as Andrew Tate goes, I mean, human trafficking, like that's horrible. That really is. For someone that, people look up to him, they call him Top G and stuff. But it really just made me realize that you just don't know what's going on behind the scenes most times. And people just see the front end. And this is the problem with social media sometimes, that it's very easy to fool the masses by showing them what they want to see, which is, like the watches, the cars, and then they gain your authority. They gain authority with all of that expensive stuff, right? But then you don't know sometimes what they're doing to make that extra money, to keep staying on top levels like that, which is honestly sad if you take a route like that, like Andrew Tate. And who knows, it may be like not even true that he's human trafficking, or it may not even be true that this may be some type of false thing. But then again, most will want to hide everything and just show people the frame, which I feel like it's a huge mistake, because look, at the end of the day, if you're not ethical, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass sooner or later, right? Or if you're trying to put up a fake persona on social media or online, it's gonna reveal itself, not you're gonna reveal it, it's gonna reveal itself eventually. So whenever you're on social media, you're posting content for whether it's yourself, your company, you're just trying to grow an account, always good to just be genuine. Just be yourself, because at the end of the day, no one can take that away from you. And being fake just can only last so long, which it really is sad for the people that, have to put up this fake persona just to actually be accepted in the social media world. Now, I don't even know much about Andrew Tate, but I just know that sometimes you gotta be more aware that, yeah, these guys may have so much freaking money and high influence when it comes to, just being glorified as who they are, but you never really know what type of people they are. You just see the front end and you make a judgment off of that, because let's face it, we're all humans. We all judge based on the first, it takes less than a second to make a judgment from what you see. From first meeting someone, you're gonna judge them in less than 1 second, according to science, not me. So in this case, when we see influencers online, right, we see all the authority that they have, high amount of followers. They have all the money, the cars, the watches, the villas, the private homes, the private jets. We already make an assumption of who they are. Oh, they must be someone important, right? But actually take a minute to think, well, how exactly are they making their money? right? Like we just see what they have. But most people won't ask themselves, well, how exactly are they generating all of this profit? And like I was saying, most rappers, you don't see the back end because there's so many rappers that go to jail and stuff. And we thought they were just making money off of rap and off of business. But in most cases, it's other stuff too that they don't show, that you may not know about. So there's always something behind the scenes, which is completely sad, which I think that obviously we all have to be ethical. That's my belief. Because if not, it's gonna come bite you in the ass, or it's gonna reveal itself sooner or later, right? Because karma is really a real thing. And if you're not going to be ethical, then you're just gonna get it all back. So at the end of the day, if you're not being genuine to the people that you're producing content for, you're just doing yourself, what would you call it? A disfavor. You're just doing yourself damage, because at the end of the day, you're damaging yourself, not the people that you're putting that content out for. I always try to be as genuine as possible when it comes to content. It's never really like scripted, like I got some script back here. It's just off the cuff. And I feel like when you get good at that, that's when you can produce content automatically. And for you to produce content like that, it's gonna help people, actually understand who you are. And that's what people want out of the content that they see. They want to connect with the person, not just a business or whatever it is, because then they have the same thoughts, like what's behind the scenes? Like what's actually happening behind the content and, in the background? Like what is actually going on? And I never actually thought about this until I seen that yesterday, Andrew Tate's arrest. I seen that he was arrested and I was like, damn, I was seeing this guy all over social media and there was even like motivational videos about him. And at first I kind of made, an assumption like, well, I mean, he must be doing something good, right? But I didn't know a lot about him until I seen his arrest for that. And I was like, oh shoot, what the hell? I was so shocked. And honestly, that's when it made me think, wow, like we really don't know what's behind the scenes of a lot of the things that we see on social media or even on the news, right? So I think it's just a lack of, being genuine. Obviously, if you're unethical and you're having to hide stuff like that, well, that's just another problem right there. Karma's gonna come bite you in the ass sooner or later. But even if you're just being that fake person on social media just to try to get people to accept you, at the end of the day, it's not gonna work out. Even if you try to keep going with it, it's gonna just reveal itself. It really is gonna reveal itself. That's why I would honestly recommend anyone making video content, anyone making any type of content to post on social media, most times it really should be just off the cuff. It's like you're freestyling it, because that's when the best stuff comes out. And in most cases, you just get better and better and better at it the more you do it. So even if it's just you driving and you're talking to the camera because you want to produce more content, obviously more eyeballs on you, more eyeballs on your business, and eventually you just keep going up that ladder of more engagement. And people nowadays are using social media to leverage more word of mouth, but online, which is amazing. But I honestly, I feel really bad for Andrew Tate. I really do. And I mean, he'd probably say, no, I feel bad for you because you're not as rich as me, right? But at the end of the day, it's not materialistic things that matter. I feel like what really matters is just having a comfortable life, that you don't have to look over your shoulder all paranoid, because let's say that it is true that, what the news says of why he got arrested. At the end of the day, he knows what's going on and he knows that it's gonna bite him in the ass sooner or later. I'd rather live a comfortable life where I know that I'm only helping people and I'm not doing a disservice to anyone by doing something unethical or whatever it is. But honestly, at the end of the day, I'd rather just be comfortable not having to look over my shoulder everywhere I go. Because I don't know if you know this yet, but just because of the pizza boxes that he posted on a video, that's how the police actually found him and they raided his luxury villa, which is crazy, right? Because one little slip up, you're done. And he wasn't actually arrested. He was only detained for 24 hours. But at the end of the day, it's been going on since April, and it's just something, it's more weight on your shoulders. So why do something unethical like human trafficking, right? When, yeah, it may make you some money and stuff, but at the end of the day, like it's unethical. You're just hurting other people and you're doing a disservice to yourself. So one thing that I would take away from this is just be genuine. Just show what it actually is. Obviously, you know, being ethical and you being a good person that you are, just show what it actually is. Never try to put up some fake frame or some fake persona, because at the end of the day, it reveals itself and it only lasts for so long. So when you're actually genuine with your audience online, word of mouth is created and it actually helps you so much more than if you were to just, you know, keep that fake persona. And then at the end of the day, people actually know who you are and they're repelled. They're like, what the hell? I've been following this person for so long and I thought they were this, but now they're this. Makes no sense. And honestly, it wouldn't make no sense for me either to just put up some fake persona. That's why I make videos off the cuff most of the time, because it's easier to just talk to the camera without having a script, without having certain things that I have to talk about, because honestly, you build more of a connection with your audience at the end of the day. So again, genuine, being a real, actual person that helps and wants to help other people, you're always gonna win. Andrew Tate, I feel bad for you, bro. But then again, you're probably gonna get your way out. See you guys.